I remember almost like it was yesterday. It was a conversation I had over lunch back in 2003. We were in a Chinese restaurant in Johns Landing in Portland, Oregon. We were seated by the windows overlooking Macadam Avenue. It was sort of a celebration of a successful morning meeting. The smell of peppers sizzling in a wok and the murmur of conversation made the room a welcoming place. The fortune cookies arrived. I cracked mine and I read, "The wise man knows everything. The shrewd one, every one." Michael pushed his glasses down his nose and said, "That's true as far as it goes." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He responded, "What you know is important. Who you know can really matter. But the single most important thing about building a business is who trusts you." That simple statement put me on a journey that continues to this day. In my nearly 30 years of coaching and training independent professionals and folks like consultants and coaches and entrepreneurs, what I've found is this. Most of them are genuinely skilled and they really do want to make a difference. But despite all their hard work and their good intentions, they end up being overlooked, priced out, or remembered only for fleeting moments. They try every trick in the book. Endless branding, pitching, changing up their story, speaking at events, leaning on credentials and testimonials, and assuming that people just know how good they are. But those efforts keep them stuck in cycles of invisibility, competition, or uncertainty. The real issue isn't their expertise. It's what they don't know, which is how to build the kind of trust that makes clients choose them above all others. I mean, that's the gap that I'm here to close. And it's not about looking different. It's about being the only one that truly matters. Now, before we dive in, let's be clear. We're not talking about your current clients, those folks that already know you and love you and trust you. You've already gotten to that point of earning their trust. That's a given. What we're focused on here are the people in your market who should be your clients, but aren't yet. There are four states of trust that we, as experts, generate as we build our business. Would you like to learn about them? Pull out a piece of paper and draw four circles left to right. Label them 1, 2, 3, and 4 from left to right. Write the word baseline in the first circle, the one on the left. That first state is what I call baseline trust. Baseline trust means people instinctively grant you a minimal level of credibility, and that comes with your professional title or role, but their belief in you stops at asking for informal advice. They don't see you as the go-to resource for real opportunities. You know that you're in baseline trust when you see some of these things happening. People may be asking you for your opinion on topics related to your expertise, but they rarely act on it or request deeper help. Now, maybe you find you're invited into conversations for your knowledge, yet your name doesn't come up when actual projects or gigs or whatever you want to call them are discussed. Friends and colleagues might pick your brain over coffee, but they don't refer to you in their network or their leadership team. LinkedIn contacts comment on your posts or like your ideas, but don't take steps to hire, collaborate, or bring you in for paid work. And prospects might say, "I'll circle back if I need anything." But there's never a clear path to becoming their solution provider. Groups or associations invite you into panels or forums, yet you notice that those invitations seldom lead to solid leads or proposals. Your expertise seems respected in theory, but you're only rarely seen as the safest or most obvious choice for implementation. Write transactional in circle number 2, because the next state is what I call transactional trust. Transactional trust means prospects treat you like one in a crowd. They're always comparing you to others and negotiating your value based on price, not identity. You know you're in a state of transactional trust when you see some of these kinds of things happening. There are sales conversations that may revolve around price, and what's your rate seems like the very first question that you get. You might notice that most people that refer to you are shopping around. They're comparing you and your competitors before deciding. Or prospects refer to you by your job title only, and what you offer kind of sounds generic. You add bonuses or pitch extras to close deals, and you feel stuck in a cycle of constant proving. Peers and former clients hire others for similar work. You're seen as just an option, not the clear choice. Write the word conditional in circle number 3. Yes. The next state is what I call conditional trust. Conditional trust means people often notice you for specific achievements or branding, but their interest is fleeting and easily redirected to someone else. You know you're in the state of conditional trust when you see some of these things happening. Your name gets mentioned occasionally, but mostly for a tagline or a campaign or some one-off results, not your core expertise. Prospects could recognize you for a signature achievement, but they aren't clear on what truly sets you apart. You may get speaking invitations and inquiries, but many expect you to present for free or minimal compensation. Interest is present, but commitment isn't. You find you still have to negotiate, convince, and compete for most opportunities. Your reputation may feel unstable, relying on testimonials or sporadic wins, and could easily slip back if you don't keep up. Write exclusive in circle number 4, because the final state is where we really need to be. It's what I call exclusive trust. Now, exclusive trust means that your reputation precedes you, that clients seek you out as the only answer, eager to work with you before you even make an offer. You know that you're in the state of exclusive trust when you see some of these things happening. Clients and referral partners say, I need you, not just someone like you, and they could be ready to engage without negotiation. You find yourself choosing which clients to work with and regularly turning away those who aren't a perfect fit. Industry leaders invite you to panels and podcasts as the expert, and your signature ideas are sometimes repeated by others. Your reputation and influence expand organically, reaching new people who already know your value, and new opportunities align with your purpose, and clients aspire to follow your example. Now, I need to know which state you believe you're in. I just want to know if you know which state you're in. Hold up your hand if you have some idea which state you're in. Now, look around the room and you'll see that most of us know where we land on this model. Thank you. You can put your hands down. The next question is this. Put your hand up if you're exactly where you need to be. Have you noticed how few hands are up now? So what does that tell us? It tells us that most of us are not earning the level of trust that we need within our market to further excel in our field. Here's the thing. Most folks get stuck at conditional trust. You try everything you can. You make your story sharper. You get more visible, but you're missing something that sets you apart. It's the one people trust and choose. What you need is what I call your signature identity system. This is the piece most experts never learn, and you simply can't reach the next level without it. Your signature identity system is the bridge in the gap between being noticed and being chosen. Let me say that again. Your signature identity system is the bridge in the gap between being noticed and being chosen. It's more than just being credible or memorable. It's in every interaction, every referral, and every story people tell about you. To close the gap, you need to achieve 3 things that most people never even aim for, much less get to. First, there's signature language. You need ways that your audience and prospects refer to you using phrases, metaphors, or titles uniquely associated with you, ones that they did not create themselves. You need echo differentiation. When compared with others, your core difference and your story comes up in their words, and they repeat your story even when you're not present. And identity anchoring. Over time, you notice that your core identity is consistently recalled, shared, and championed, even in new and unexpected contexts or introductions. When you have your own signature identity system, you stop competing for attention and start becoming the obvious choice, the one that people wait for, talk about, and trust without question. That's the bridge to exclusive trust, and it changes everything. That's what I do. I help you generate your signature identity system so you can move through that gap and reach the state of exclusive trust. So let me ask you this. If achieving an entirely new level of trust with your prospects would help you close more deals, put your hand up. Keep your hand up if you'd find that easier to accomplish with my help. Good. I see you. Here's what I've learned doing this for years. The gap between knowing what builds trust and actually implementing it is consistently where most entrepreneurs stay stuck. That's exactly why I built the Trust Audit. Normally, I charge $500 for this. Today, I'm doing them complimentary because I want to show you exactly what this looks like in action. Here's what happens. You click the link that I'll provide. You pick a time on my calendar, and we'll spend about 45 minutes mapping out exactly where trust is breaking down in your prospect conversations. I'll identify 3 specific gaps that are costing you deals, and you'll leave knowing exactly what to fix first. If my recommendations resonate and you want to go deeper, we'll talk about what that looks like. If not, you still walk away with a clear action plan. Click on the link, make the appointment, and I'll see you in that conversation.